So I want to discuss you today, like, oh, disgusting type of situation. So this something that I'm going to talk to you about is real, very, very real. I've told my communities on YouTube that I'm going through a metamorphosis. In case you do not know what a metamorphosis is, I know it's an insect when it transforms, like for example, a cocoon into a butterfly. Yeah, it's called metamorphosis. Usually insects. It's a process of change or transformation. So I adopted it because sometimes I'm not right here in the head. I'm morphing into an old man. I mean, okay, in my defense, I've always had gray hair, by the way. Always. I mean, evidently, my beard is black in case you have not noticed. But here, I mess. Down there, it's pretty much like this. And under here, it's pretty much like this. But here, yeah, I'm old. So I'm morphing into an old man. So when you morph, some people, I mean, you don't feel it. That is why people that you grew up with, let's say 10 years ago, when you meet each other on the street, there's always a second take like, did I say right? Is that Glances? And you also be like, did I say right? Is that? And then when you turn around, like, I know you. And then others, I know you. Oh, I know who you are. Yeah, that type of situation because we don't stay the same, right? So I'm morphing, and now usually when I metamorphosize, this is the first place where it happens, right? As you can see, I got gaps between my teeth. I never used to have gaps between my teeth, by the way, but there were some gaps, particularly the front, right? So, because as I grow older, things shift, the continental shifts happens in my mouth. Either my jaw is going to widen, or it's going to shrink, or it's going to widen. I don't know, stuff happens. And when that happens, of course, the continental drift is also going to change some few things inside of your mouth, particularly your teeth. If you used to have gaps, suddenly now you no longer have gaps. That's because your face came forward. And if you did have gaps and then you were growing older, and then now you have gaps, that means your jawline widened. And then it gave you a certain facial shape type of situation. So that's what I was going through. In fact, that's what I'm currently going through. I am morphing. Now, as I'm busy morphing, my mouth is affected. Basically, my lower jaw is experiencing excruciating changes. I sometimes can literally feel the bones going. And then when it does that, it will do that for like a couple of minutes. It's supposed to happen at night, which does happen at night, by the way, because you are sleeping. This is when the body, or what you were taught in school, white soldiers, your immune system is busy repairing and restoring and taking off stuff that it doesn't need as wastes. That is why in the morning you get up and you go pee. If you don't get up and go pee, you go do number two, right? And some people, they will experience, especially men, you will experience a nice, that's because the immune system is checking if it works. So it's just going to go, and some people call it the morning. Am I allowed to say these things on TikTok? The morning glory thing? Yeah. That's what I'm trying to make it easy for you to understand. So, all this happens at night when I'm laying and sleeping. But instead of laying and sleeping, my body assuming that I'm asleep, I feel all these things happening to me, and I find myself going type of situation. Thankfully, I live alone. Imagine if I lived with somebody else. They will think at night I turn into the Incredible Hulk because that's how it feels like. Like I'm transforming from a human form into this beast. Guys, this is real. I mean, it's so real that eventually, because this time around, it became so. I always felt it, but it was never this intense. It was tolerable. The pain was quite tolerable. Sometimes it would be intolerable, intolerable, but this time around, no. Mm-mm. So I went to consult a specialist, and the specialist was like, first was like, oh, you got what you call Bell's palsy. I'm like, what is that? It sounds like some kind of a chronic disease. Like, well, it's not per se a chronic disease. It's where your muscles in your face become weak, especially around the jaw, and then the shape of your mouth is going to be something like as if you've been hit by a stroke type of situation, and you're going to drool a lot. And I was drooling a lot, and I still drool, by the way. Earlier on, I drool, and sometimes I will have like a I don't know how to call this speech where I believe I'm saying something but I'm not saying anything. And then if I'm talking to you, be like, I'm sorry, I did not hear that. But fortunately, I live alone. I do things by myself. I talk to myself. So whenever I have those moments, I'm always like, whew, thank goodness I don't live with anybody to be watching all of this happening to me. Benefits of being a loner. So that's what they first thought. Then I was like, oh, okay. Does it also come with this type of pain? This is when the specialist like, in most cases, no. But it's a process that takes up to 6 weeks to 6 months. It depends on the person. And I was like, now I started thinking backwards, like, how long mine used to take. I mean, mine used to take literally 2 weeks, 3 weeks. The shortest was 3 days. So then I give this history. I'm like, yeah, the drooling part, I get it. The break of speech, I get it. But I don't think that is it. So I was referred to another specialist this time around. This specialist looks at and said, okay, I want to take full x-rays. Your mouth, your teeth, your jaws, your bones, your everything, your scalp, everything. I thought, cool, let's get to the bottom of this baby. And so it was not that long before he discovered the situation. It's like, yeah, you are growing. You are going through the process of growth, and your growth is felt. And I'm like, yeah, I kind of figured. And now the situation you are having here is that your mouth is still going to widen even further up. Meaning, you see this gap that you see? In the next 3 months or so, this gap where these teeth are. And these teeth lay somewhere here. So I'm gonna be talking like this as an old man. I was like, so how do we stop that? So he goes in here, and in here takes more x-rays of my teeth, the gums inside. And he says, here's the problem. We can stop this process by removing this tooth right here. If we remove this tooth right here, it breaks the, what do you call this thing? The widening of the jawline. And I'm like, okay, but what about this side? It's like, if we do this side, then the process will continue because it's equal. So we'll make it unequal. I mean, wait a minute, but if we're going to do only this side, am I not going to talk like this? It's like, there might be a slight change with your lips, but it's not going to be like the okay, like this. It's going to be something like this type of situation. And it already started. You know why it already started? He took it out. The doctor, oh, he sent me to a dentist, took it out. I know I'm disgusting, y'all. We all have, is this molar? Yeah, this is a molar. He said we'll leave the premolars. This is it. Disgusting as it looks. This is what is going to stop me looking like a cartoon character. But I've noticed that now and again, you see, right now, I just did it. And my lips are going to move that direction now and again. But it's not going to be severe from what I hear. All right. So I'm busy taking. I know the camera is faced the other way, so you won't be able to necessarily. These are antibiotics. I don't drink alcohol, but this doctor was like, no alcohol. I'm like, I don't drink alcohol. No alcohol. I'm like, I don't drink alcohol. And he's like, and I mean it, no alcohol. I'm like, excuse me. Do I have a pussy face for you not to believe that I don't drink? Anyways, and then of course, the painkillers. So I'm not a sickly person. I hardly ever get sick. And when I am sick, it's because of this process. And by the way, this process happens every 3 years. Sorry, truly part has begun. It happens every 3 years. So we are going to sit and wait until 2027, like maybe close to 2028, if not 2028, and see what changes are going to happen to my body. Because apparently, I'm left with 4 more of these processes before I am a fully grown old man. They are hoping that no more teeth are going to be extracted. I know it's disgusting, but it's reality. And if you don't go through this, congratulations. And trust me, you don't want to be in this situation. It's not easy. It's not nice. It's tough. It's very, very tough. So I thought, let me come and share with you. Apparently, there was this extra thingy in my mouth. They looked at it, they're like, it's not a tooth. I was like, whatever it is, get it out. They got it out. So, whenever you see my lips like this, it's supposed to be like, it's supposed to be like this. I'm forcing it because the process is still happening. But these babies are powerful. These painkillers, I want them. I feel normal right now. In most cases, I'll be talking like this because I am in pain. Yeah, this is how I'll be talking. This is how I've been talking for the past 3 weeks or so since the process has begun. Now I can talk properly because this baby is right here. I don't know what I did with the the box. If I find the box, I will show you. If you ever have pain in your life, at Clicks, you go to Clicks and you show them. I know they look blue. No, they're actually green. These are painkillers, guys. Again, avoid alcohol, they say. And I don't drink. But yeah, it is what it is. I am morphing. And my metamorphosis is going to make me talk strange. change. So the advice was I'm gonna have to put some crowns. And I like my teeth, guys. I do. Some people, the evil ones, they think by throwing that at me, it's going to make me feel insecure or angry. No, it never has. And I don't think it ever will. And besides, I'm now on the fourth floor. Who gives a fuck what you think? Right? So apparently, this is going to have to change at some point. Otherwise, the doctor says my upper jaw bone is going to compromise the strength of my teeth because as my jawline keeps whitening, my front teeth will continue to point out. And the more they point out, they are going to unscrew, not unscrew. This is for a better, lack of a better word. Obviously, there are veins. Is it veins? Tissues that are attached to our teeth. That as well is going to get compromised to a point where my tooth will literally fall off by simply biting a piece of meat or something. As I know, we can't do that. We're not going to risk it. We're not going to risk it at all. So if you see my teeth fixed, just know it's because of that, not because I want to enhance my beauty or like that of it. No, it's got nothing to do with that. I've been fine with the way I look. I have no issues with the way I look, anyways. So, yeah, I thought let me be as invasive of myself as early as possible before we build a relationship on these streets. This should have been a story time on my YouTube channel. Oh well, it is what it is. So yeah, I thought it was going to stink. Clearly, even though the color changed, I don't know why the color changed. It was quite white, but in here, these I don't know what you call these things. They're like socket, like when this plug, yeah, these things. They're a bit bloody earlier, but the tooth has changed colors. So clearly, I was taking care of my teeth, brushing them every day, taking care of them, get them clean, flossing. It's important. I mean, I eat a lot of sweets, in case you did not know. Actually, I'm gonna put this on my YouTube channel. It's gonna be a story time. Yeah, it's gonna be a story time. This one in particular. Other than that, guys, thank you for welcoming me. I know I'm saying this for the umpteenth time, but I must also be frank with you. I'm terrified of TikTok. I'm very terrified of TikTok. Oh, in case you want to see, do you want to see how it looks like? I don't know how to stretch, but you see, the tooth not there. It's not a gap. I have a gap now. But everything else, oh yeah, here as well. The reason why I'm not experiencing, oh yeah, he explained it, why I'm not experiencing a lot in my lower jaw because of that break there. I think that's where he got the idea from. I don't know. Hey, I'm gonna go back to that specialist. He was so gentle. I have never seen such a no, actually I have. But this guy was super gentle. The way he spoke to me, I was supposed to be terrified. Even when he was putting the anesthesia, I didn't feel it. Did you even no, I did feel at the end because it felt like I was swollen and at the same time a little bit dizzy. But he was gentle. I don't remember him pulling this baby out. I don't remember. Even the way he was talking to me, he was so gentle. Is that a strategy you think? Don't fear. Everything is going to be all right. You're going to be fine. Don't pay attention to the pain type of situation. But it was painful at the end because it made me bite onto some cotton. Yeah, so to stop the bleeding and all of that. And then he said, go to Clicks and get yourself these antibiotics. So they are called Beta Class 625. I know the camera mirror is not going to show. I don't know if you do it like that, can you see? Excuse me. Yeah, so it's 15 tablets. I'm supposed to take three a day. And again, if you don't know me, right, I am a person who doesn't get sick. I don't get sick. So I don't know who's going to remind me. Oh, but these ones, oh, trust me, these babies, they'll be under my pillow in case because they kill pain like that. When I say like that. Anyways, guys, please, whatever you do, okay, we're on TikTok, right? Where is the plus sign? Is it here? Please click on here because I got more story times. Some are fictional, some are real. If it's not here, then it should be just about this mic here. Oh, maybe here. If you are on YouTube, somewhere la. Okay. If you are on Instagram, where do people go to when they on Instagram? Is it the same way as TikTok? Somewhere there. Follow. I will highly appreciate it. See me morph into an old man. If you want to follow that journey, you'll follow. You want to see where it all ends, right? Mm-hmm. You want to see the process because I am going to take you through that process of especially trying to make sure that this gap doesn't end here. Hey, imagine me talking like this because you thought I don't have teeth. Somebody knocked them out. No, nobody has knocked them out. It's growing up. And then, guys, thank you all so much. On YouTube, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. See you next time. Bye. Oh my goodness, I'm in love. I'm in love with this.